Okay, here is Predecessor. And Predecessor is just an absolutely adorable 15 three-hand 4-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Tappet, and he's out of a Pioneer of the Nile mare. So really super well-bred gelding, and he comes from a good friend of mine who's a trainer up in Ohio, and actually same friend and trainer that Maravich came from, and they came together. And when Billy picked them up at Thistle, he said that they were both just such nice types, super well behaved, loaded easily on the trailer, no chain, stood nicely, traveled well, the whole thing. So I already knew I was going to like both of them before they even arrived because Billy was giving them such rave reviews from pickup. And of course, I've got them from a friend who I trust very much. And she told me that Predecessor is just such a sweet gelding, and he absolutely is just a total sweetheart. I was sitting on the trunk outside of his stall today, and he wants to sort of like give you kisses and nibble on you, and just is super affectionate sweetheart of a horse. So I absolutely love him. The only thing I don't really like about him is his name. Predecessor absolutely does not fit him whatsoever. So we've been calling him Oreo because he really does look like a little Oreo. He is such a dark gray. He has that cool splattering of white on his face, and he has, sort of a mixed color tail. So anyway, Oreo it is, fits him much better than Predecessor. So he came missing his right hind. And usually when they come and they're missing a hind shoe or one falls off, they toughen up pretty quickly. But he's been here for about a week and he was still sore on that right hind. So when my farrier came today, my farrier was not feeling well. So he only had time to do a couple and the ones that were in most dire needs. So we just went ahead and put a shoe on that right hind because the rest of him actually looks pretty good. So he's going to wait to get fully done until next week. So we just sort of did a patch job and put a right hind shoe on him. So anyway, right now he's in a full set of racing plates, which is a little unorthodox that that's the way we went, but it'll get, he'll get fully done in regular hot steel shoes next week. But anyway, it was magical. We put the right hind shoe on, and then just instantaneously, he was 100% sound and feeling great on his feet. So, this is his first official post track ride. I sat on him yesterday, but literally for only 5 minutes because as soon as we picked up the trot, it was obvious that he was sore on that hind foot that he was missing the shoe on. So, that's why you saw a video of me getting on him by myself at the mounting block because I already knew he was good about all that stuff. But we actually didn't get to do much. So I am calling this his first official post-track ride because it was the first ride in which, we actually worked on stuff. But he has a super brain. I'm not doing any lunging or any kind of prep work before I get on him. He's really quiet and easy to work with in the barn. Very sweet. He's obviously an absolutely adorable mover, has a fair bit of suspension and really lovely way of going. The canter that you're about to see here coming up shortly is also super balanced and uphill, and he really gives a great feel in his way of going. He is learning the contact, which is totally normal. A little bit unsure. Who knows exactly how he was ridden in the past at the track? I think that the signals I was giving him maybe were a little confusing to him given how he was ridden in the past, but he was very open to learning, and it's obvious that of course he was picking it up really nicely, and he did better than just giving me some moments. He gave me some really nice stretches where he was soft and figuring it out and realizing, like right here, this is really cute, realizing that this is actually the best place to be and this is comfortable and it feels safe and all those things. And oh my goodness, what just an absolutely adorable frame he makes when he has it and he's right there with you in the pocket. Oh, so cute there. I just absolutely love that. He makes such a great shape. So there's absolutely nothing tricky or complicated about this horse whatsoever. Super straightforward right off the track thoroughbred. He's actually very even. I don't really feel that he favors the left or the right in terms of the bend coming more naturally one way or the other. So very symmetrical. I will say he has no idea how to do a canter transition, which is fine. He will learn it easily. I think we'll start working over some poles to get our canter transitions the next time I ride him. He was under the impression that to pick up the canter, you simply just trot bigger and bigger until you sort of just fall into the canter, which is of course not what we want. But today it was just sort of it's just a starting point, and the horse has a phenomenal canter. He just doesn't understand the mechanics of simply just stepping into the canter. So we will start working on that the next time I ride him. But actually, I did on our walk break just start sort of meandering around the ring over the poles and things, and he was super brave and happy to do that. So certainly trotting over poles is going to be no big deal. So that will sort itself out nicely. He has a really great brain in the sense that he's not spooky. He's not looking for things to be reactive about. He's really nicely sort of in between woe and go. He has a motor. He's happy to work and do the job. It's not like you're kicking him and huffing and puffing to get him to work, but he's also not, jetting around the ring. He's just sort of nicely in the middle, happy to do the job without being hot or oversensitive at all. He's also one that just doesn't give me any inclination at all of wanting to do any sort of silly business. He seems very professional and just sort of calm and quiet in his brain. And he's a healthy sweater. It was 90 degrees today, this afternoon, while we were doing this ride. And he is almost done shedding out his winter coat, but he is still just a little bit fluffy and he's dark. So he did a nice job of sweating really well. Okay, so here's the canter. Really, I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful canter. We really stayed on the 20-meter circle in both directions at the canter because using the bend of the circle really helped him to figure out the contact. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Cheating a little bit, using the bend. Straight lines are a little bit harder right now. And Maravich and him are actually both similar in that regard. But both of them have fantastically balanced canters uphill, very easy and inviting to sit the canter. And so for anyone who is wondering, he sticks 15 3 hands and I am 5'9". So you do not, if you're 5'9", you absolutely don't need a 17-hand horse to be comfortable on a horse. I really like this right here. It's a nice shape. He felt great in the bridle and had a nice balance and rhythm. And then the right is super symmetrical to the left. I honestly don't really feel any difference whatsoever in going from left to right, which is pretty cool. And I really like the shape he's making here. He felt great in the bridle, super balance. Really good boy. Such an adorable little horse. I think he's really going to be a head turner in any sort of competitive setting. And so here he is on cross ties. He's wonderful on cross ties, excellent to handle and work around from the ground. Just super, super sweetheart. And I really like having him in the barn.